A pharmacist's day often starts with a physical tower of paperwork long before they ever touch a pill bottle. Behind the counter, the actual job can feel more like surviving a data avalanche than providing clinical care. This administrative weight consumes hours of every shift. Pharmacists are forced to draft prior authorizations for insurance companies, forecast inventory during global shortages, and pre-screen hundreds of prescriptions for drug interactions until the lines of code start to blur. Modern AI systems are moving into this space, capable of reading, sorting, and routing these high-volume tasks in fractions of a second. When machines can clear out the click-through queues at light speed, it raises a blunt question: are pharmacists going to be phased out entirely? The profession is vulnerable because so much of it has become tied to repetitive, rule-based busywork. If the job is defined by data processing, an algorithm will eventually take it. A pharmacy AI system functions like an incredibly fast intern with perfect stamina and questionable confidence. The algorithm instantly sorts disorganized patient records, funneling work into two pipelines: routine tasks and human review. However, AI can hallucinate fabricated medical nonsense. This flawed data can slip into the routine pipeline, bypassing the review filter entirely. When you add in the risk of algorithmic bias from skewed data or alert fatigue, where humans ignore safety warnings because the machine flags too many minor issues, the system becomes untrustworthy on its own. Perfect stamina and raw processing speed are valuable for sorting files, but in healthcare, speed is not a substitute for clinical safety. An algorithm is excellent at spotting patterns, but it cannot process context. It can flag a late refill, but it has no way to sense a patient's fear or notice the visible exhaustion of a caregiver. AI misses the sumptuous reality of the pharmacy counter, the moments where a patient has to choose between buying their insulin or paying their rent. Those are human dilemmas, not data points. This flowchart shows why pharmacists are essential. Medication decisions pass through a licensed professional, creating a protective barrier for the patient. If an AI bypasses this human hub and makes a mistake, legal and ethical liability disappears into a black box. Even the world's fastest data processor requires a legally accountable human being to make the final, safe call and take responsibility for the outcome. There is a corporate risk to this automation. As this chart shows, the time saved by AI could easily be replaced by higher quotas and leaner staffing, rather than being used to improve patient care. This pressure will cause the profession to split. Pharmacists who only perform repetitive dispensing tasks will be squeezed out by automation, while those who adapt to more complex clinical roles will become more valuable. Survival now depends on clinical reasoning and AI literacy. Future pharmacists must be able to evaluate an algorithm's output, identify its errors, and explain its findings to patients and doctors. The industry is moving towards a collaborative model, where human experts use algorithmic speed to translate raw machine code and complex clinical warnings into readable reassurance for a patient. As long as medication remains complex and frightening, patients will need a human expert to turn what the machine flags into safe, empathetic care.